Welcome, everyone, to Pocono Raceway, a crown jewel event in open wheel racing and rarefied air, usually mentioned in the same breath as Michigan, Fontana, and Indianapolis. Tonight should be no different. 26 drivers, all looking to call their shot in the attempt to win here at the Tricky Triangle. We are glad you're with us. It's almost showtime here in Pennsylvania. Points going into tonight, pretty straightforward. Rick Raven leads the way. Ray Vaughn sitting with 285 points. Bobby Blowers, the defending kart champion, with 215. Ray Vaughn has cleared by 70 points entering Pocono Raceway. 6 wins, 5 in succession. We'll do that. Mirabella Viscali in third in points still. Lance Anthony in fourth. Nate Fields in fifth. David Cook Jr. sixth. Lily Frazier. Nick Pressey level on points there in seventh. DJ Trout in eighth. DJ Trout in ninth. William Rucker in 10th. Andy Duncan and Brandon Staton making up your top 12 in the points here entering Pocono. Josh Gaiman through Jade. Brian Edwards to top 15 ahead of Sheridan Wade, Matthias Marcomini, Martin Roberg, Keel Aldridge, Tucker Sawyer. Look at some of the part-time drivers that are outside the top 20. John Matthews, Travis Rucker, Daniel Pereira, Kenneth Smith. All of them have work to do to climb up the order here. Qualifying underway. Not many on the racetrack. One of those that are on the racetrack is Nick Pressey. See what his lap time looks like here. Across the line. Good enough for second. Not a bad place to be for Nick Pressey. Blue Jade immediately goes top 2 and takes that away. Brian Lynch, a new name here. Don't have any information on him. He is in car number 9. We do know that. Edson Santos, we do have him in our overlay. Ready to go here tonight. See if I could camera for him on his run. There we go. Out of turn 3 he goes. It's Santos pretty quick here at Pocono, typically. 40.869. Yeah, he's quick for a reason. Pole position for the Brazilian. Good run for him. That is Santos now on a pole position. ahead of Rick Ravon, Blue Jade, and Nick Pressey. Pretty outstanding effort there. And with 15 seconds to counting down from there, it's almost time to go racing here in Pocono. So time has elapsed, and Edson Santos will be our pole position front runner here tonight. So let's go ahead and let's jump in to the starting grid here tonight. Your front row, Edson Santos and Rick Ravon. They're at the front of the field tonight. Santos, the Brazilian, out-qualifying the 6-time race winner this season. Ravon leads by 70 points. Can he grab a 7th win? He's won at Indianapolis. Can he win here in Pocono? Blue Jade, Nick Pressey, they are in row number 2. A pair of rookies there, occupying 3rd and 4th on the grid. Nate Fields, William Rucker, 2 of the veterans of the series in row 3. Bobby Blowers and Byron Jones, your defending champion, and his teammate, they line up row 4. Brian Edwards in the Dex Imaging number 3 alongside David Cook Jr. Brian Edwards had a very rough time in Iowa a week ago, wrecking out of both races early on. The Argentine, Matias Marcomeni, alongside Josh Osborne in row 6, Andrew Fay and Brandon Statton make up row 7. Lance Anthony and Alyssa Pelletier-Sharp make up row number 8 here tonight. We got Brian Lynch, who we don't have any information on because he just joined the series, alongside R.C. Grove in row number 9. Row 10, Roberg and Rucker getting ready to go racing here from the 10th row of the field. Willie Frazier alongside teammate Casey Ellis in row 11, outside the top 20 for the first time in quite a while for Frazier. Andrew Frazier starts alongside NTT IndyCar driver, 4th place finisher on Sunday in Road America. It's Kiffin Simpson starting 24th on the grid. Rounding out this 13-row field is Keel Aldridge. One driver missing from this group right now is Travis Rucker, who is now, looks like, on pit lane. But that'll get us going and ready to run here in Pocono. Huge shout out to all the partners and sponsors for the Crown Athletics IndyCar Series in the bottom of your screen. It'll be a quiet weekend between now and Monday, the HTL Cup Series race in Kansas. We're glad you're with us here for a wonderful Thursday night of racing. Edson Santos, Rick Ravon, front of the field. We'll see if we can fix Brian Lynch's information on the fly here. But it'll take a few laps for us to get that ready to roll. So bear with us. Everyone else accounted for. Heads counted. 25 cars ready to run. We are happy to see all of it. Santos, Ravon, front of the field. It's time to get to business. The green flag flies and the Pocono 500 is underway. Through turn 1 successfully. Rayvon grabs the lead early. Santos drops to third. Pressey up to second. Lap 1 completed under green. And Pressey goes to the front here. And some pretty quick stuff out of turn number 1. Down the long pond straightaway towards the tunnel turn of turn 2. Rayvon takes the lead back. And Pressey doesn't fight it too awful hard. Trouble behind. Caution's out for the first time tonight. A lot of cars involved there. Brian Edwards involved again. 57, Nate Fields. Everyone trying to navigate and maneuver. Byron Jones, it looks like, had a piece of it in the 44. It looks like it may have started with one of the Indy 1 drivers. So let's take a look at what happened here. We'll take a look here and see how things look. We'll actually change camera angle for you. Get you a little bit better of an angle as to what happened here. Everything from driving from position. Nate Fields ahead of Brian Edwards here. Was a contact ahead. It would have been Blue Jade and William Rucker if they were side by side together, and it might have been. And indeed it was. And that's where Brian Edwards gets his piece. Ramps off for the 57. That's where Byron Jones gets involved. And pretty rough otherwise. Blue Jay largely got out of that unscathed. It's back to live pictures here. Gives us a chance to try to reset and get Brian Lynch in our system here. Well, the caution is out here. Rayvon, Pressey, Santos, Osborne, Blowers, Cook, Marco Mini, Staton, Fay, and Pelletier Sharp are top 10 right now. A rough start for several, including Brian Edwards for the third straight race. He's had a really rough go of it. Got some people cheering for Casey Ellis. Glad to see it. For those watching around the world, let us know who you're cheering for here. A lot of fan favorites in this group. Some very familiar ABN names. I see some kart originals here in the mix. A real-life driver with Kiffin Simpson picking his way through. Started this race down in 24th. He's already up 8 spots. Rayvon, Pressey, Santos, Osborne, and Blauer is your top 5. There we go. He got lunch corrected in that number 9 machine. Still don't have any information on him, obviously, but he's in. Rayvon leads the way. It is almost showtime for our first restart of the night. 2 cars a lap down. Nate Fields, Brian Edwards, everyone else still rolling. And the green flag is back out. Pressey going to try to attack frequently, and right out of the gate, you're seeing that. Pressey leads into the tunnel turn, too wide. Here comes Josh Osborne. Side by side through turn 3. Pressey ahead of Rayvon and Osborne. Rayvon stays ahead for 2nd place. Simpson gained 3 spots in the opening lap on that restart. From 24th to 13th now is the number 8. Andrew Fay in the running trouble. Car in the fence further back. And we believe it's Martin Roberg. It is. But he is out of the way, and we stay green. Bolsotter Santos in 4th. Blauer's in 5th. But Martin Roberg in trouble early. And this time a caution did not get thrown. He has made it back to pit lane. And he will have to re-rack and try to give it another go once that tow is completed. Further back, side by side, Fay and Anthony battling for 9th place. Andrew Fay stays ahead for 9th. Osborne looking for the race lead. He's going to find it. He's going to get it. Osborne leads through turn 1. Did not lead across our finish line, but he's got the lead now. Long pond straightaway, very long straightaway. The Rayvon will sweep through and grab the lead out of turn 2. And Pressey looking to get a position back there as well. Osborne outside lane. Almost contact there. Pressey had to really throttle the car down. Looking back from Simpson as Andrew Frazier tries to go for position, can't get it. And you heard Simpson get out of the throttle there pretty heavy. Trying to make a pass happen. That is Brandon Statton, just up the road from him here. Just outside the top 10 there, battles inside the top 10 as well. And you saw part of it, David Cook Jr. slicing his way into the top 5 around Blowers. Rayvon grabs the lead back at start-finish line and grabs the race lead once again. Meanwhile, Cook cooks to the inside of Pressey. And David Cook Jr. will stay side by side with the reigning ABN World Champion out of turn 1 there. Pressey stays 4th for the moment. Santos 3rd. Osborne 2nd. Rayvon 1st. And then the reigning kart champion, Bobby Blowers, in 6th. Matthias Marcomini up to 7th. And you can see Rayvon is letting Osborne lead everywhere but start-finish line. Sweeping in and taking it away from him. Trouble for Matthias Marcomini. Latency issue for Marcomini, the 99. Drops down the running order. Pressey stays ahead of Cook, but tags the wall out of turn 3. Rayvon leads again. And then Osborne once again sweeps in the front through turn 1. Rayvon sweeps ahead through turn 2. Santos under pressure from Pressey. David Cook Jr. stays in the mix. Bobby Blowers not far away. Marcomini, his connection has recovered. He is back and he is in the 7th position. But a scary moment for the Argentinian. Santos trying to close in so he can battle for this race lead as well. Osborne shooting a shot there. Rayvon stays to the outside lane, grab momentum, and stayed ahead there. Again, Osborne leads. Through turn 1 and now tries a serpentine to avoid getting past here. It doesn't matter. The straightaway is such a long straight there between turns 1 and 2. Rayvon's got all the time in the world. Trouble! Trouble! Santos in the fence. Santos in trouble. And he's going to come to a stop and the caution will come out. He did the right thing, keeping it up near the fence. He's going to try to get that car back to pit lane, but the second caution of the day is out for Edson Santos following contact. I believe that was with David Cook Jr. Let's take a look here. What happened? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm having all sorts of fits right now. Not sure what's going on there. Bit odd. Thought we were going to get a camera angle of it, but it looks like it might. Might not. Oh. I think I understand what's going on here. All right, so let's see if we can go back to Santos. There we go. Now let's take a look here. We're going to do it. We're going to go frame by frame. So David Cook Jr. here, late commission. He's practically clear, but he has to lift. In the lifts, because he's basically clear here, but he has to lift. He gets tight. It's very bumpy on that bottom lane near the yellow line. There's some pretty serious bumps. And it unsettles David Cook Jr.'s car enough for him to just drift up right into the path of Edson Santos. Takes the wing off of that car. As you can tell from there, just smacks the wall. And that is practically how we get where we're at right now. That being said, Santos did make it back to pit lane under his own power. There he is. Two cars stayed out. Alyssa Peltier Sharp and Andrew Frazier. Lights out on the pace car, which means we're going green at the end of this lap. You see some tire weaving further back there. I believe I saw that's right. That might have been Andrew Fay and Kiffin Simpson. In fact, it was. Andrew Fay in 10th, Kiffin Simpson 11th, Lance Anthony in 12th, just behind there. With the 28 and the 8, worried about tire temperatures. I wouldn't say it's unfounded. You need a lot of grip there as quickly as you can get it. Two cars out. It does believe to be Martin Roberg and R.C. Grove out of this race. Nate Fields, only car one lap down at this point in time. Brian Edwards got his free pass and is back on the lead lap. So 3 cars on older tires, everyone else on fresh tires. And here comes the green flag. We're back underway. Track position very important. Let's see what fresh tires will do for those further back. Because there's more than three. There's 3 cars in this group. Trouble! Trouble! Frazier gets turned. The 24 of Andy Frazier gets spun around. We'll go over that restart. Looks like contact between Frazier and Frazier. '24 and the 13 involved in this. On board from the 13. Slipstream down into turn 2. And that's what happened. You saw the 24, he dipped below the yellow line. That's a big no-no. Obviously, the concern for the 13 is the front wing damage. So, Alyssa Peltier-Sharp now sits at the front of the field. Lily Frazier in second. We're 1/5 of the way through here in Pocono. Sharp out in front, Frazier in second. Rick Ravon now in a pretty good spot to be in. As Nate Fields gets his lap back, the free pass. Lights on the pace car, which means we're going green at the end of this lap. And most everyone stayed out this time. So the field just moves up 1 spot behind Lily Frazier, Ravon, Marco Mini, Pressey, Cook, Osborne, Blowers, Fay, and Simpson. Sharp, Frazier, Rayvon, Marco Mini, Cressy, your top 5. Almost showtime. Third restart coming up, with Sharp out in front of Frazier. The green flag flies, and away we go. Once again in action. Frazier going to try to make a move for the race lead here down the Long Pond straightaway. Simpson in the top 10 now, trying to defend from Lance Anthony. Attacking the defending kart champion. And that pass is made for 9th. Andrew Fay up to 8th as well, so Blauer sliding backwards on that restart. Frazier continues to lead this battle into turn 1. I said the way Frazier continues to lead was chasing. Now leads for the first time. Pelletier Sharp was the one that was leading, and now in second place, Rayvon in third, looking to get around both the cars on older tires. 3 wide to turn 2. 3 to 2 never works out, but somehow they made it work there. Rayvon sweeps through, grabs the lead on both. Older tires for Frazier and for Sharp. Sitting second and third right now. Cressy and Cook also in this conversation. David Cook Jr. sweeps around and is going to get 2 for 1 out of turn 3. Bold move for David Cook Jr. and it works out. Everyone's scrabbling there. That was Osborne that was on the apron through turn 1, trying to stay ahead of Marco Mini. Car in the fence, Andrew Fay. Fay dropping down the order. Seems like he has recovered. Frazier was leading down into turn 3. Rayvon has taken it back. David Cook Jr. up to 3rd. Pelletier Sharp in 4th. Frazier does not lead at the line. Still belongs to Rick Rayvon, but there's Frazier side by side going into turn 1. And Frazier's got it. She's to the front now. But keep an eye on that 71 as well. David Cook Jr. wants a piece of the race lead, and he wants it now. Just behind this group of 4 is Osborne, Marco Mini, Cressy, and Simpson. Rayvon through turn 2, the total turn, clear of the 13. Those older tires hanging it out still. Frazier to the inside. Older tires, is it going to work out? I don't think so. Rayvon has the momentum out of turn 3. And will lead this lap as well. Lap 29 now underway. Cook stays 3rd. Pelletier Sharp in 4th. David Cook Jr. going to use the little bit of understeer that Frazier just experienced there in turn 1 to get through. And here it goes. Sharp as well. Sharp back to the podium. Still early doors, early days. Sharp tags the fence out of 2. You saw the puff of smoke. And now Frazier gets passed by Osborne. Osborne tags the fence out of 3. As David Cook Jr. now attacks the race leader. And goes ahead. This battle reigniting. This battle started back in Willow Springs. Trouble car in the fence. Car in the fence, Osborne. And he will lose a spot. He'll lose 2. Lost out to Frazier again, lost back out to Pressey. Simpson around Marco Mini. They fan out in different directions, different lanes through turn 3. Osborne back around the 94, and here comes Kiffin Simpson. Wheel to wheel with the reigning ABN World Champion, Kiffin Simpson, trying to continue his charge forward from 24th on the grid. Currently sitting in the 7th spot. Pressey runs the outside lane, stays ahead. Trouble car spun. Is Pelletier sharp and the caution's out? Sharp spun out of turn 3. Older tires. She had the oldest tires of anyone in the field. Let's take a look at what happened here. And just snaps, trying to give Josh Osborne space. That's all she was trying to do there. Yeah, just trying to give Osborne space. No contact there. Older tires, unfortunately, giving up the ghost just a little bit. Ravon, Cook, Frazier, Osborne, and Pressey are top 5. Our 4th caution of the night. We're now sitting on lap 32, coming to lap 33. Still a lot of racing to do here in Pocono. Some cars come down pit lane, others do not. Frazier down pit lane, a few others down pit lane as well. Marco Mini. Others staying out here. Looks like a decent chunk of the field staying out. So now we really have a split strategy call going on right now with a little under 70 laps to go. So Ravon leads the way. Cook, Osborne, Pressey, and Simpson. Lights go out on the pace car, which means we're going green at the end of this lap. Casey Ellis 1 lap down right now, is the only car 1 lap down at the moment of the 23 still running. Going through turn 2 right now, the tunnel turn. Not as much weaving I'm seeing on this restart. There's a little bit. Simpson, you see him weaving from 5th. We're getting ready to go back racing here to start lap 35 with 66 laps to go. With Rayvon, Cook, Osborne, Pressey, Simpson, your top 5 to the restart zone. And here we go. We're back underway. 4th restart of the night here in Pocono. Side by side there, 2 rows. Simpson trying to make a move to get around Pressey. No avail. Same said for Josh Osborne. Try to get around Rayvon. No dice. Here comes Rayvon attacking the 71 of David Cook Jr. Very close across the line. I think they gave it to Rayvon. They did. David Cook Jr. passing again. This time into the tunnel turn, and Osborne trying to follow through. Osborne uses all of the apron. Almost shot that car straight into the fence. Osborne desperate to get to the race lead. Here goes Rayvon to the outside of David Cook Jr., and he leads that one too. Under a blanket, all these cars together. Rayvon still the one leading the laps at the moment when it comes time to get to start-finish line. Side by side, Osborne and Simpson for 3rd. Down the front straightaway, Rayvon under attack once again from Cook, but it's like clockwork. He knows exactly what he's doing. They fan out so much in turn 3. It is insane to watch. Simpson under attack from Pressey. Pressey grabs 4th place back. Rayvon a little more comfy that time across our finish line. Obviously, the draft will pull everyone right back together. Here comes Osborne for the race lead. Rayvon saw it coming, backed out of it into turn 1, and now his assault begins from 3rd. Oh, this is going to be very tight. Pressey and Simpson both in the mix as well. Your top 5 all under a blanket, and not far away is Lance Anthony in 6th. And Osborne will lead for the first time today. The issue that everyone has, though, is how do you hold on to it? Rayvon finds his way to the front again out of turn 2. Again, under a blanket they are. Simpson had a lot of understeer and is now being passed by Lance Anthony for 5th. But all of it's in the same shot down straightaways, as Simpson tries to use the outside lane to get back to the top 5 and does. There's David Cook Jr. back to the front in turn 1. Osborne enjoyed one lap at the front of the field. He got pushed back to 3rd. Down the back straightaway, the Long Pond stretch. Rayvon continues to lead the way. Pressey now up to 3rd around Osborne. Simpson also getting around Osborne. They are freight train to 16. Here comes Anthony, but Simpson up to 3rd. Kiffin Simpson moves up to P3. Swept around Osborne, swept around Pressey, and here they go battling back down the long straightaway as Rayvon takes the lead back from Cook. This is wild stuff. Top 3 under a blanket. Simpson is there. Cook gets to the front of the field out of turn 1. But a new challenger has arrived. Pressey around Osborne. Osborne to 5th. Anthony 6th. Travis Rucker 7th. Bobby Blowers in 8th. Blue Jay 9th. William Rucker top 10. Edson Santos, your pole sitter, down in 21st position. Last car on the lead lap. Long Pond straightaway. Trying to game it up here. 4 cars under a blanket. Lance Anthony up to 5th. Trying to close in on this group. Lance Anthony had himself a whale of a week last week in Iowa. Double podium, 3rd place twice in a row. Was on the menu for what the doctor ordered. Hoping for a little bit more of that luck here as he joins this battle at the front of the field for the top 5. A lot of cars still in this mix. As Rayvon goes back to the front of the field down the Long Pond straightaway. Simpson trying to cover off Pressey. Top 45. About to be in the books. It's Rayvon over Cook, Simpson, Pressey, Anthony. Pressey under the gearbox of the number 8. Rayvon led that lap, but here comes David Cook Jr. again. And it feels like he's toying with those around him, seeing how much he can just get back to the front of the field and how far back he can go for it. And trouble, caution out, car upside down. Travis Rucker, Marco Mini involved, Osborne involved. Car upside down was Travis Rucker. Several cars involved. Marco Mini involved, among others. And the 83 car all destroyed. We'll go back a lap and see what happened here. Travis Rucker now 21st. In a battle with Josh Osborne that has collected others as well. And this was out of turn one. And you're going to see what happens here. A little bit hazy up here from the blimp camp. But Osborne tries sending it in deep. Rucker with a really good head of steam. Not a whole lot anyone can do in that situation, though. Not sure if Marco Mini was actually ever involved in that. Oh, he was. He was 100% involved in that. Oh, and he hits the wall pretty hard. Did he get clipped? Oh, no. That is all bumps for Marco Mini. He went down below the yellow line, the dash line there. And this is going to be a bumpy ride for him as he goes for a wild spin. And you see that one bump before latency takes over. And the pirouette begins for the 99. Hard news there. Marco Mini is down pit lane. And the hope is that he still has a fast repair in hand to survive. Looks like he did. Looks like he's safe. But now he's got to go the second half of this race on eggshells. So Marco Mini out in 12th, having used his fast repair, and it's Frazier now back out in front. Frazier and Sharp, once again, alternate strategy. They have been out on now on for 15 laps. And I'll cycle back to the front of the field. Rayvon in third, Anthony Cook, Simpson, Jade, Rucker, Frazier, and Blowers, your top 10. As we get ready to go again. $19 cars on the lead lap. As we get ready to go back racing. Not a lot of cars off the lead lap, but those that are pretty well out. Josh Osborne's day is done. I think Travis Rucker's day might be done. Now, Beaster rolling. Byron Jones, his day looks like it is over. If you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. But the grind will continue here. Almost showtime once again. Pace car is in. Frazier, Sharp, Ravon, top three. Away we go. Lap 50 now underway. Let's see how things pan out. Remember, old tires. Pelletier, Sharp, last time we were in this situation, spun out. We'll see if that's the case here. Sharp goes for the race lead. Ravon is going to get past both of them in the turn two, wasting no time. But Sharp does get clear of Frazier there. Car in the front. Car in the fence that time, I believe, was Blowers. Down in ninth. It is a bundle of cars further back. Simpson drives Lance Anthony up towards the wall. Just enough space for Lance Anthony to complete that pass. Anthony on the charge, trying to find a way around Frazier, entering turn two. Couldn't do so. Everyone right now on the ragged edge because this is where the tires are their best. You want to use as much of that grip that's available. And they are using all of it and then some. Frazier to the front of the field. It's going to be a pretty tight group here. Ravon gets clear Sharp and moves to the bottom of the racetrack. Fresh tires for the 7. And to the front of the field he goes once again. Almost in the fence went Anthony. Sorry, Sharp. Sharp is the one that went up near the fence. Anthony trying to pass in the inside lane. Pelletier, Sharp trying to defend. Simpson in 5th. Cook in 6th. Rucker, Jade, Blowers, Edwards, your top 10. A little bit of contact there. I think that's between Frazier and Sharp. David Cook Jr. around Lance Anthony, who's dropped down to 6th. Simpson up to 4th. Lap traffic about to become an issue. Trouble in the background. That was Marco Mini with significant damage, it looks like. It is significant damage for the 99. And Marco Mini in trouble. Meanwhile, front of the field, 3 wide for 2nd. Frazier trying to hold on. Sharp in the mix as well. Simpson stays 4th. Side by side, Frazier and Sharp. Sharp using hybrid. Looking for a way around into turn 1. No way through. Ravon leads. Simpson behind. Could make this 3 wide down the long pond straightaway. Frazier gets past. Simpson watching it Sharp. Clears Ravon. And now Sharp in front of Simpson as they go 2 by 2 through turn 3 this time. Coming to 45 to go here in Pocono. Marco Mini yet to pit. They're in 17th place. He's hoping for a caution before he has to come down pit lane. But I don't think he has much of a choice there. Losing a lot of time. Hand over fist right now. 3 wide for the race lead. Simpson to the bottom. Ravon in the middle. Sharp up top. They clear Sharp, but they're still side by side. And for the first time today, the 8 car of Kiffin Simpson sees daylight. And Rick Ravon trying to take it away as quickly as he saw it. Rick Ravon really good at just knowing how to drive out of turn 3. And now Simpson begins the merry-go-round for the race lead. Sharp still in the mix. Sharp side by side with Ravon. David Cook Jr. lurking in the background. Frazier still top 5. Was. Lance Anthony just took that away. And Simpson will shadow the number 7 of Rick Ravon. Crossed our finish line. Simpson begins his pass again to get to the front of the field. Unfortunately, you just can't pull away here. Slingshot passes. All too real. We're going to see that again. Ravon watches Simpson go defensive, but it doesn't matter. This straightaway is long enough. Put a little bit of hybrid into it. Grab yourself some extra 75 horsepower. And clear out of turn 2. Simpson looks for a way through turn 3. Sharp tied the fence just a little bit there. Stays 3rd. Anthony battling Cook for 4th. Simpson finally leads a lap on lap 58. And Ravon says, that's okay, you've had your fun, it's over now. Back to the front goes the 7. Your championship leader, now your race leader, Cook in the fence hard. Behind Sharp. Target fixation is real. Out of turn 1. It's such a difficult corner, such a deceptive corner. Turn 1. Turn 2, not deceptive, it's just bumpy. And you feel every bump in that corner. Simpson leads Ravon, leading Sharp, Cook, and Anthony as Ravon looks for the race lead back. Simpson thinking on the fly here. Really tight fight there out of turn 3. Ravon led that lap, but it was close. 6-time race winner, Rick Ravon, your championship leader by 70 points entering this race. Has a wide margin, could take a race off and still be the race leader, and no one will bat an eye. Three wide, further back, trying to get around Frazier was Edwards and Blowers. And they both successfully do so. Trouble! Trouble! Car in the fence! Trouble! Huge trouble. Brian Edwards, Lance Anthony, David Cook Jr. That bails out Matthias Marcomeni, who was about to go a lap down. But huge trouble between Lance Anthony and David Cook Jr. And you're going to see exactly what happens here. We're going to back it up in a little bit and show you. This is Lance Anthony battling David Cook Jr. into turn 3. David Cook Jr. up in the fence early. You see that smoke there. And that's what happens. David Cook Jr. bounces off the fence, spun, and the 52 goes off the ground. Nowhere for Brian Edwards to go. He goes for a tumble. And everyone trying to scramble there. Good job by Pressey avoiding that, too. He had to avoid a lot of moving pieces there. So Anthony down on pit lane. Same with David Cook Jr. Same with Brian Edwards. Flowers now out in front with Jade, Faye, Pressey, and Rayvon out in front. Marco Mini still on pit lane. We talked about him. He had just used his fast repair, just to have to come down pit lane and take more repair work. Not quite how he wanted things to go there. But the retirement list beginning to get a little bit longer here in the final 40 laps in Pocono. Everyone warming up his tires before this restart. Coming to 36 laps to go. It is your reigning kart champion, Bobby Blowers, who won in Iowa a week ago. One of the two race winners, along with Rick Rayvon, to grab a race win. Blue Jade in second. Finished second just 2 days ago, the HTL Challenger Series race in Kansas. Feeling electric right now in that 03 car. Andrew Fay, he's tagged the wall. He's been through a lot in this race. Been through a lot this season. Failed to qualify for the Indy 500 back in April. But here he is in the conversation in third. Nick Pressey, the reigning ABN World Champion, in fourth. Rick Rayvon, the current points leader here in kart, in fifth. Kiffin Simpson in sixth. Paul T.A. Sharp in seventh. William Rucker eighth. Nate Fields ninth. Lily Frazier in 10th. As we get ready to go back racing here in Pocono. The green flag is back out, 36 to go, and your champion is out and away. Faye got around Jade. So did Rayvon pretty easily. I think Jade not really in the mood to really fight this off much. Just try to survive this race. Right now is where Jade's mindset is at. It's not a bad mindset to be in with how the attrition has been in this race. Faye up ahead of Blowers. Rayvon in third. Jade holds on to fourth. Here comes Kevin Simpson attacking Nick Pressey. No avail there. Down the front straightaway they go. Into turn one, Faye leads. Flowers, Rayvon, Jade, Pressey, Simpson, Fields, Rucker, Frazier, Santos, your pole sitter back top 10. Three wide for the race lead. Rayvon to the front. Rick Rayvon decided he was done playing. Blowers to third. Faye in second, staying with him. Unfortunately, those front tires, 19 laps old, not holding their luster quite the same. Andrew Faye, clean air. Shot out of a rocket there on a turn one. Down the long pond straightaway. He'll have a good shot, and he's going to take it. Going after the race lead right now. He is Andrew Faye. Wants that race lead back. He's got it, but Rayvon's got the fresh tires. He's going to make the turn three pass work again. And there's not a whole lot Faye can do about it either. Tagging the fence there for Jade. Spook Kiffin Simpson. I think rightfully so. But Simpson stays in it as well. Coming to 31 laps to go. Faye leads the way there and led that lap 71. Now underway, 30 to go. I think the intriguing part about this right now is that everyone's got a pit stop to make in this race if it goes green all the way. We've not had green flag pit stops in this race yet. Very close to a wreck there between Blowers and Faye. Blowers had to get all the way out of the gas. Pressey found a way through as a result. Trouble. Car crashed. Brian Lynch. I don't think he's making it back. And indeed, he's not making it back. Here's what happened to him. This would have been out of turn 2, so it's coming up here. He was battling with Marco Mini. Was he a little bit overambitious? 100% he was. Ooh! Hard hit. I think that was off of Sharp. It was. It was off Peltier Sharp, who I don't think had a fun time of it. Right on board with Sharp. See how much that changes. And again, from the front. Shoots the gap. Just too much apron. Big smack the wall there for Sharp. Pit lane Sharp comes in, as does a lot of the field. From Rayvon on down, and this will get everyone good to the finish. Keel Aldridge gets one of his laps back. And now he will be 2 laps down. Nope. They're saying he will not. Lance Anthony got the lap back. So he gets lucky. He comes down pit lane. That'll give us 15 cars on the lead lap. Front of the field, coming to 26 laps to go. It's Rick Rayvon, Kiffin Simpson, and Lily Frazier, your top 3. Lights on the pace car. 25 to go when we go back green here in Pocono. Some very interesting faces in this top 10. Rick Rayvon looking for race win number 7 this season. Kiffin Simpson. First time we've seen him in a race this season. Failed to qualify for the Indianapolis 500. I think this is the first time he's had a break in his schedule from the NTT IndyCar series to be able to race outside of that. Lee Frazier sits in 3rd. Ahead of Nick Cressy, William Rucker, Andrew Fay, Bobby Blowers, Blue Jade, Brandon Statton, and Nate Fields. This is about to be hog wild. With 25 to go, no more strategy. Everyone's good to the finish. It's just a question of can you make it there. Green flag flies, away we go. Definitely going to apply a pressure immediately down this long pond straight away. Everyone came down pit lane, and we are off to the races now. Simpson leads through two. Pressy trying to battle with Frazier. Rucker in fifth with Fay, Blowers, and everyone close behind. Rayvon passes Simpson through three. Simpson down the lump on straightaway again, leads the way. Rayvon says, I'll lead through turn two. Thank you very much. And that's exactly what he does. Out of the tunnel turn goes Rayvon to the front of the field. Frazier in third. Pressy stays fourth. William Rucker in fifth. Your reigning kart champion Blowers wants that top five spot badly. And he'll get it. Rucker a little tight. Had to get out of the gas. Blowers to the top five. Simpson, Frazier, Rayvon, top three, side by side. Frazier to the front, Rayvon to third. Simpson stays second in the middle. And everyone flirts with the wall. Out of turn one. Frazier gets passed by Rayvon and Simpson. And shuffled back down to third. Simpson leads into three. And clears Simpson out of three. Simpson trying to defend. Pressy through the middle. Rayvon gets shuffled down to fourth. Pressy trying to get to the race lead. Simpson trying to hold on to it. For the first time, they have usurped Rick Rayvon out of the top three. He's down in fifth now. Pressy with a straight shot. The defending ABN World Champion taking on the race leader. Coming to 20 to go this time. Simpson stays ahead, defends the inside lane. Hybrid deployment down this long straightaway. And Simpson's going to keep Pressy on the high side. You got to really work for it here, but keep in mind that 7 car of Rick Rayvon is right there as well. 6 cars under a blanket. Andrew Fay's in this conversation now. Simpson stays ahead down the straightaway. Simpson leads that lap as well. 20 to go. So many cars in this conversation for the race lead. Frazier trying to make inroads there. But one wrong move shuffles you from first to seventh. Andrew Fay just had a mistake. Shuffled down to eighth. They are all here with 19 to go. Simpson continues to lead. Rayvon back to the third place conversation. Pressy in second, side by side through one. Through 3. Different lines in play. Rayvon to the front of the field. Pressey gets around Simpson for second. And now Simpson's got to recover. This is where you're using all of your tools in this race car. Your weight jacker, your roll bars. Obviously the hybrid. Everyone at this point should have a pretty good idea as to where to deploy the hybrid, where to regenerate it. You get 2 deployments of hybrid per lap with how this car is set up. So you got to really think it out. Rayvon's been using his out of 3. It seems like everyone's using a little bit out of 3 right now, as it is. Some are using it out of turn 1. Pressey, closing in. Remember, at Indianapolis, the first major race of the season, it was Pressey, Rayvon, and Viscali. Viscali not here, serving her suspension from that incident with Lily Frazier back in Willow Springs. Should be back, hopefully will be back, for next week's race. That's when the suspension is over. But we shall see. Rayvon, Pressey, Simpson, Blowers. Your top 4. It's coming to 16 to go. Rayvon defending as much as he can right now. I think everyone's trying to save those tires just a little bit. .15 to go. And Rayvon's doing the thing we've seen him do all night. He'll let his opponents lead out of turn 1. He'll take it back through turn 2. Everyone beginning to thin out just a little bit as the tires wear. 14 to go. Pretty big distinction, though, with how this could shape up. There is a chance at overtime. A green-white checkered attempt, only one, similar to Winstell's point in no return. This is going to be a photo finish. You can feel it. And the question is anyone going to stop Rick Rayvon from grabbing this race win? Rayvon leads out of 2. Down towards turn 3. Here comes Simpson. Simpson took a peek. Didn't commit to it. Had to check out of it. And here comes Blowers. Here comes the one. This lead group is whittled down to 4 with 12 to go. Again, Pressey just falling into that trap, leading into turn 2. It doesn't seem to matter if you pass in 1, pass in 2. You have to be able to pass in turn 3. Instead of letting Rick have the ability to make the pass, because he's been able to land it every time. You have to force him to make the you have to make the pass happen in 3. You have to find a way to better his best right now, and that is so hard to do. Pressey leads out of 1. A little bit of latency there for Pressey. That's concerning. This late into the race, coming to 10 to go. And he is ultra aware of the surroundings around him right now. Rayvon leads. Pressey, second lane. Make it third. Trying to have as much clean air as possible. Has a good run. But it's not enough to get across the line ahead of him. He's just got to give it a really solid shot here. It feels like Pressey might be figuring it out. Might be. That's a huge question. He might be figuring it out. 1 pole position. The season opener, the Brickyard Grand Prix. A race where he completed 4 turns. 4 turns and was out in that opening race. He has been recovering ever since. Nine to go. A little bit of a gap between Pressey and Simpson. Frazier's back in this mix. Blue Jade's not far away. Car on the fence. I believe that was Nate Fields. Lance Anthony in 8th. Santos and Staton, your top 10. Again, latency there for for Pressey's not a great situation to be in. You do not want that type of issue late. Not close that time to the line. But I think he knows that. No one's working to break the slipstream either. That's how you can tell that no one is seriously trying to defend yet. Everyone is biding their time, measuring those moves. When we get to about 5 to go, I think we're going to see things ramp up another notch. And that's when you can see dirt turn into diamonds or diamonds turn into dust. Rayvon stays single file there, stays clear of Pressey altogether across the line. Simpson struggling with those tires, trying to keep up. Blowers says, I think I've got a shot here. And the defending kart champion will try to do that. Couldn't. Actually lost time through turn 1. There's on board with Simpson. The Sunoco car at the front of the field. In third, watching Rayvon and Pressey battle it out in front of him. Blowers just behind him. Down to 4th gear. You see it on the steering wheel. I don't think that's a winning play right there. I think you have to kind of keep it in 5th and roll it. I generally think you have to stay in 5th there. Either that or he's getting the 4th too late in the corner, which is possible. He's not sure if he should be in 5th or 6th or not. Right now, he should be in 6th. I feel like you need to get down to 5th earlier in turn 1. Either that or he's deliberately holding himself back, which is very possible. Kevin Simpson, not an unrecognizable name. A podium finisher in the NTT IndyCar Series. Finished 4th on Sunday at Road America. One of the most watched races on Fox this season. Stayed in 6th that way through turn 1. We're at 5 to go. Here you go. Here you go. That's what you want to see. The moves are going to be made. Simpson to the front. Clears both Pressey and Rayvon. But Rayvon's going to attack back into 3. It's going to be close. Frazier got around Blowers. Left him for dead. Pressey goes to the bottom. 3 wide at the front of the field. 4 to go for the race lead. Pressey to the bottom. Rayvon up top. He's going to let them duke it out for a second. The reigning ABN World Champion leads the way ahead of the current points leader for kart. And for several in this field, the first real-life IndyCar driver they've raced with in a league event. Ravon takes the lead back through three. 3 to go at the line. Tap of the wall there for Pressey. And there's the Serpentine. There's the Dragon in play. And everyone sees it now. 7.5 miles to go. And Simpson still got to him. And now he's got to try to figure out how to defend down the front, those long pond straightaway, the longest straightaway on the racetrack. He's going to drop the third, I think. At least the second. As Ravon gets clear, Pressey tries to go as well. A little bit of contact. They get slideways. They stay in it. 4 cars in this conversation. Frazier's joined the fray. 2 to go, 5 miles. Ravon has daylight. Car coming down pit lane, didn't see who that was. That looked like Keel Aldridge came down pit lane, 16th place. Not a factor, not for point position at all. I think that was Aldridge getting out of the leader's way. They're going to have one realistic shot to close this one up. Ravon doing what he can to defend. Both Simpson and Pressey trying to close in. It's a half-second gap. White flag is out. 1 lap to go in Pocono. Ravon has turned on the jets, and it is showtime. This could get trouble. Pressey's in the fence. Pressey's in the fence. Side by side on the final lap. Out of turn 1. Nobody lifting. Pressey's in the fence. Two-thirds of a second for Rick Ravon. Out of the third corner for the final time, Rick Ravon finds race win number 7. He wins in Pocono. Kiffin Simpson finishes second, and Lily Frazier rounds out your podium in a contact-filled final lap. Well, Rick Ravon for the 7th time. Victorious this season. Rick Ravon conquers the Pocono Mountains and wins tonight at the Tricky Triangle. That was wild. Insane stuff there. We'll talk to your podium finishers in just a moment. Rick Ravon victorious here. Results on your screen tonight. Rick Ravon, Kiffin Simpson, Lily Frazier, your top 3. Nate Fields, Bobby Blowers, your top 5. Lance Anthony, Brandon Statton, Edson Santos, Travis Rucker, Matthias Marco Mini recovers to a top 10. Ahead of Blue Jade and William Rucker, who rounds out your top 12 tonight. 25 cars took the start. Here's some more of them. Alyssa Baltier Sharp, 13th place. Nick Pressey, 14th, last car to finish on the lead lap after that contact on the last lap out of turn 1 with Kiffin Simpson. Keel Aldridge in 16th, Andrew Frazier 17th, David Cook Jr. in 18th, Andrew Fay in 19th place. Some of these DNFs that are coming up here. Brian Edwards, Byron Jones, Josh Osborne, Casey Ellis, R.C. Grove. Among those outs here, Martin Roberg, 25th, the first driver out officially in this competition. A wild, wild, wild time We'll take the chance while we have it, and we'll talk to the race winner for the 7th time this season. Points leader going in by 70 points. That gap is only enlarged following the race here in Pocono Raceway. Rick Ravon, an outstanding drive. It was a battle all throughout the night. A little bit of endurance, a little bit of attrition, a lot of physicality, and a lot of intelligence needed to win here in Pocono tonight. And that number 7 machine looked wonderful out in front. Walk us through it. That was an absolute dogfight. The last 20 laps were such a treat to watch.
Well, first of all, I just want to say FMW. It was great to race with Kiffin. Kiffin is amazing. And, I mean, you know, real life IndyCar driver. So I was proud and privileged to be racing with him. And, you know, he's so smart and so smooth. Can't believe we beat him. That's a big feather in the cap. Don't really remember too much about the race, except, you know, I think it was 67 degrees out here. So I knew that tire wear really wasn't going to be an issue. The humidity was pretty high. So I knew that it was going to be not a pack race, because Pocono really doesn't produce pack races. But I knew that everybody was going to be close, and there was really no running away from anybody, you know, through, you know, skill, or maybe you got your bars and jackers set perfectly, and, you know, maybe you could gap somebody. It wasn't going to happen. Not here, not tonight. So it was just a matter of hanging in there, you know, in the top 3, top 4, and just be in a position to win the race at the end. And, you know, when I saw Kiffin battling with, what's his name? I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people there. Pressy was there. Louis Frazier. There's a lot of people in that conversation.
Yeah, I think it was Pressy who did a great job tonight. I saw those two fighting it out. I said, well, maybe now's a good time to try to go for the lead and, you know, pull a gap. You know, you don't weave on the straightaways until the closing lap. So that's what we did, hoping to break the draft. And he started reeling me in a little bit, and I was watching the mirror, and I think they got together. And then it was me and Kiffin, and I was just hoping that he wouldn't run me down. And I guess I had enough of a gap on him. So it all worked out. And I don't know what to say. I'm just tickled to death. 7 wins. Can't believe it.
It's hard to bank against the 7 team, and what you've been able to do so far this season. Against 7 wins is impeccable, all things considered here. Pocono, after winning at Indy to kick things off for you this season, you won Milwaukee, you won Texas, you won Gateway, you grabbed Willow Springs, you grabbed a race in Iowa last week, grabbed Pocono here. Things have to be feeling really great for you. Richmond, in 2 weeks' time, we're off for the 4th of July in the week that's there. Richmond,
oh, man.
Yeah, I know. We have to take a week break for the holidays and let everyone readjust there. But Richmond in 2 weeks' time is a fun racetrack. It's a track that I think a lot of IndyCar fans want to see on the calendar in real life. It was almost on the calendar the COVID year. So everyone's excited there. It just got revamped, so it's a little bit faster than what it has been in years previous. What are you feeling going into that race?
No idea. Really no idea. I haven't even run any laps there at the new track with the new grip. Have no idea what to expect. Gonna have to dial in, you know, get the bars and jacker just right. You know, practice opens at 7 o'clock. Everybody's got an hour to figure things out. And I mean, it's a tight track, dirty air. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. But if it's anything like it used to be, it's going to be tough to reel somebody in that dirty air with those tight corners. So I'm not sure what to expect. I think qualifying up front is going to be the key there.
Good in every
well, that's another thing.
Go ahead.
Thanks a lot, Edson. Thanks. You took a pole position away from me. That would have been great, man. That would have been a sweep. But Edson did a great job. I was watching him in during his qualifying run. I said, yeah, he looks fast. He looks smooth. He got it. And sure enough. So that was a great job by Edson.
A lot of fun to be had here in Pocono this evening. And obviously, 7th win this season. Historic season continues for Rick Ravon tonight. Before we let you go and let you get ready, obviously, not only for the off week, but also to celebrate Independence Day coming up here next weekend. If there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. Your points lead continues to grow, and so does the legend of what this season has become so far with a few races left in hand. The floor is yours. Congratulations.
I want to thank President Trump for his support because he watches every race. Yeah, right. I want to thank him anyway. I want to thank you, Carmen, ABN Studios for broadcasting, Lance Anthony, everybody's involved with CART Crown Athletics. Thanks for putting on this great show. Thanks to all the drivers, of course. Thanks to my wife, Alana. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you to my girls, Zoe, Mila. I love you guys with all my heart. FMW, FMW, FMW. Now you can see why. Now you can see why. And last but not least, the Lord Jesus for dying on the cross for me. He died for my sins. He died for your sins. Give Jesus a chance, please. Don't take a chance with your eternal life. And that's about it. That's about it. Thank you so much, Carmen. Still praying for you, buddy.
It's greatly appreciated. Rick Ravon's 7th win this season. A phenomenal job. Started on the front row. Had a battle all night long. One for the ages. And a fantastic job, Rick. Congratulations and enjoy it. And enjoy the week off as well.
Well, thank you so much. I'm not going to enjoy the week off. If it was up to me, I would race here every night if they put on a show. I love this dang league. But thanks very much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks.
A fantastic job. Obviously, we love it as well. But we will also enjoy celebrating the holiday coming up as well. Rick Ravon, points leader now by almost 100 points going into Richmond coming up here July 9th. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. God bless you. See you in a couple weeks.
A phenomenal job for Rick Ravon tonight. We do get to talk to second place finisher Kiffin Simpson as well as part of the podium interviews tonight. A phenomenal drive. First time we actually get to talk to Kiffin as part of a race broadcast. Tried to qualify for Indy, had issues there. Obviously a little bit busy, doing a great job finishing 4th in the most watched road course race this season on Sunday for IndyCar. Coming over and lighting up the field and putting on a show tonight as well. Kiffin, walk us through it. First race this season, knocked off the cobwebs pretty well and got elbows out there, it looked like, in that number 8 machine.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun race. I wasn't able to qualify, so had to start last and just kind of run through the field. And yeah, it was fun just trying to figure out how this car ran in traffic and how it was going to race at the end. And once we got to the end, it was got difficult to kind of catch back up to Rick up front. So he was kind of able to just hold that gap. But yeah, happy about it. Glad to be here tonight and have some fun, and just want to thank everyone for putting this on.
Obviously, first time we get to see you this season, you're obviously very busy with your day job. Walk us through sort of just, for those that maybe are not familiar because they maybe do not watch IndyCar in real life, walk us through sort of how that's been going for you as well. Obviously, you jump in and do well here, and you had to learn on the fly, not having all that time. How has the real life season been going for you so far this season? We don't get to talk to you. We don't get to see you in the interviews that much. Usually we see you on YouTube as they include extra content. So walk through how your season's been, and in that top 5 in Road America on Sunday has to be a big spirit boost as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a great race at Road America. I love that track. So, anytime we get to go back there and go drive there, it's always a good time. And yeah, that number 8 Chip Ganassi Racing Honda was just so fast on Sunday that yeah, we were able to really make some headway through the field and come back through for almost a podium at the end. But yeah, solid P4.
Obviously enjoying your off week, a rare off week in the summer as IndyCar ramps up and everything continues forward here. Mid-Ohio coming up for you next week. So your schedule kind of up in the air, but obviously being able to come in and racing with this group, obviously you've raced several seasons now as a part-time effort. How fun is it being able to come back with this field, seeing especially the new faces this season? It's a larger field this time around. How fun was it kind of being able to mix it up and, as you mentioned, charge from the back of the field tonight?
Yeah, it's a big field. I when I joined, I didn't realize how many people there were going to be, but yeah, I started a little bit further back than I thought I was going to have to, but yeah, it was fun. I got to pass a lot of cars and got to mix it up with a lot of new guys that I haven't raced before, and everyone raced real clean, and I felt like the kind of standard is really high, so it was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun watching up here, especially those last 20 some odd laps where it was all green. It was just a sprint to the finish. I think 25 laps was the final count on the green flag run at the end. Obviously, a lot of reason to root for you in the NTT IndyCar series, with Mid Ohio coming up as the next race on the calendar, and then Nashville, I believe, after that, which makes your calendar for this series kind of up in the air. We can't wait to see you again, though, as all that stuff goes. Before we let you go and let you obviously enjoy your off weekend from the real life racing, if there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. We finally got to see it on the racetrack in a race, and it was well worth the wait. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say thank you to you guys for putting this on, and of course Lance for putting this whole league together and inviting me. And yeah, just thank you to everyone for watching as well.
It was a fantastic race tonight. For those that missed it, you're going to want to watch that last 25 lap battle, especially Kiffin, along with Rick, Pressy, Frazier, and everyone else in that top 5 conversation, lit it up here at Pocono. Kiffin, congratulations on the podium. Good luck in Mid Ohio if we don't get to talk to you before then. And we'll be watching. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A phenomenal job there for Kiffin Simpson. P2 tonight. We won't unfortunately be able to talk to Lily Frazier. She's decided to opt out of the interview, which is perfectly fine and acceptable for Frazier. Hopefully we can talk to her again at some point in the future. But a fantastic job, Rick Ravon. Race winner Kiffin Simpson, his first race broadcast on ABN. It's a podium here in Pocono. Lily Frazier running out the top 3 ahead of Nate Fields, Bobby Blowers. Your top 5 here in Pocono. And that will do it for us here from Pocono Raceway. We're off this weekend. No Winstel on Sunday. We'll be back on Monday for the HTL Cup Series from Kansas Speedway. We hope you join us both on Patreon and on YouTube for that as well. On behalf of everyone here for ABN Studios, for CART and all of its partners for the IndyCar Series, I'm Carmen Sienna. Thank you all so much for joining us. Stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you in the Great Plains again on Monday. Until then, so long, everybody.